Hey, it's Yury Experience, and today we are talking about the fact that you need to sort your wardrobe. In my personal opinion, wardrobe shall be practical. It shall be universal, at least for most of the occasions. I personally don't own more than one suit because I do not need it for my kind of life, for my way of life, for my occasions that appear in my life. And also I try not to own way too many pieces of same kind, like a lot of jeans or a lot of pants or a lot of same kind of shoes. It fits my style. Obviously, there are people, for example, who only wear suits or who only wear leather shoes. I am not one of these people. And one of the very important parts of having this kind of wardrobe is the fact that you need to sort it out from time to time. You need to find out, okay, do I still need all of these pieces of clothes? Or maybe I don't need that one anymore and I don't like it anymore and whatsoever. And another cool trick, the less clothes you have, the more free space you have. So if you get rid of some of the clothes, you can bring some new stuff in your wardrobe so you can try something new out, maybe have some fun. Today I have 3.5 advices for you how you shall sort your wardrobe. First advice, the obvious one, sort out what you don't like. I personally think it makes perfect sense. At some point in our life we buy some clothes and we think, oh, that was the best piece of clothes that I could buy for myself. It suits me, fits me well, it's so great. And then 1 month later, or maybe 1 year later, you look at that like, why did I do that? Like, why? If you have that kind of clothes where you like look at them and think, why? Then I would consider to donate these clothes or maybe repurpose them for different thing or throw them away, depends on what is possible in your country. Second advice, rule of 1 year. To be honest with you, I'm not sure whether like it has to be 1 year, but there is a rule of some time period that you choose, and if you didn't wear some piece of clothes during that time period, then probably you should consider to get rid of that piece of clothing. I used 1 year because in my personal opinion 1 year is a good time period to consider. Like, for example, you prepare your wardrobe for summer and you take your winter clothes, look at them, and at some of them you can like pick and say, I didn't wear them during the last season. And that is, in my personal opinion, a good indicator that you probably don't need this piece of clothing and you need to get rid of it. The third advice, get rid of piece of clothing if it looks bad or unusable or unrepairable. Sometimes we have some pieces of clothing that we like keep just because I have so many memories connected to them, or I have that since years, I don't want to throw it away now. But if it doesn't have a huge value for you, my mental value, then in my opinion that is not a reason to keep that piece of clothing. If it looks bad or it looks bad on you, you don't need it. If you can't use this piece of clothing for that purpose anymore, maybe you can repurpose that piece of clothing. For example, I don't know, you can cut jeans like at your leg and then you get shorts. That is a possibility how you can still use a piece of clothing. But if it is not possible, you don't need it. If you have also some problems with that piece of clothing or accessory or whatever, and you cannot repair it, you don't need it. You need to get rid of that stuff. It will just lay around, waste some free space that you can fill with new stuff for your wardrobe, which will make you feel better. The last kinda half advice, do it right now. That comes to all the people who think, oh yeah, I don't really wear it right now, but also I don't want to get rid of that right now, I will do it next year. And then next year you think, oh, I don't have really time for that, I will do it next year. Guys, you can do that till you're 60. It's not a huge problem to leave that piece of clothing there until you're 60. Please, make your decisions now and do what you need to do now. The more you push this decision away, you will not do it at some point. You will just leave it like it is and it just takes space. I don't get this mentality like, do it right now. What stops you from making your life better? Because basically, as I've told you already on some occasions in different topics, the more chaos you have in your surroundings, the more chaos you have in your wardrobe, the more chaos you have in your head. And it is more difficult for you then to decide what will I wear next day. If you don't have clothes that you wouldn't wear, you have less of a choice, it is easier on your brain, it's easier on your mental capacity. So get rid of stuff that you don't need. Yeah, I normally do like a summary after all the stuff, but that prior sentences were really good. Please, clean your wardrobe, sort your wardrobe, filter your wardrobe from all the things that you don't need. Sometimes it is important to move on. Sometimes it is important to leave what you don't need behind. And what I'm talking right now is not only about clothes, because this topic can be also applicable for different parts of our life. But yeah, clothes would be a start. That's all. If you enjoyed the video, please drop a like. You can also subscribe to the channel. I do regular videos about different topics, and next time I will be talking about pre-styler for your hair. If you have any questions or topic suggestions, please write them in the comments below. I will try to read them and answer them. Also, I will maybe do an independent video about that, or I will read about the topic first. I do not know everything, but I do know a lot. That's all for today, and I'll see you tomorrow.